We are off. I get asked all the time from the clients, I want an eggs benny. Instead of having a croissant, we've got 2 pieces of sourdough. Tell the people what we have gotten. How do you actually make 40K a month coaching? Welcome back to episode 8 of the Shred series. Today is going to be a bit different. We're going to do a bit more of a vlog style and just take you through a normal day in the life of a coach making 40 grand a month. Something a bit different. Let's spice it up. I've watched my content back and realized it's actually quite fucking boring. So I'm going to provide the same value, change it up a bit, and actually give you guys some further insight into my life and behind the scenes of what's going on with me. Today's agenda, we were supposed to play pickleball, but the courts are completely booked. Me and Byron are gonna go get some breakfast out and show you guys what you can do to order some classic meals out at a restaurant without ruining your fat loss and without stressing about it. Just some super simple swaps and some business advice later on in the episode. We are off. Off to go get an eggs benny. So we're actually going to go play some pickleball, and that's completely gone out the window because the courts are closed for repairs. So change of plans. We have come out for breakfast because who doesn't love a cheeky breakfast? I get asked all the time from the clients, I want an eggs benny. Sage, give me a fucking eggs benny. So we're going to get an eggs benny, and then we'll get a second breakfast option that a lot of people can go for. Easy to track, don't have to stress about it. You're still going to hit your bloody goals. Let's get into it. Forgot to mention, we're at Custard Canteen. If you're on the Gold Coast, definitely run this shit up. It's fucking good, but it is expensive. Good, how are you? Okay, so we've done our little order. Eggs benny is going to be always a popular order for a lot of people. Another staple, eggs on toast. Can't really go wrong with it. But what we've done to make sure that we've done like a smart swap, we've gone for instead of having a croissant, we've got 2 pieces of sourdough. Pretty easy to track. There's no butter on it. We've ordered the hollandaise sauce on the side. This is going to be the biggest killer if you're trying to lose weight. The hollandaise sauce, I didn't even track it. I'm looking at 1 tablespoon is 67 calories, which is not much at all. There's probably, what do you reckon's in that alone? Probably at least 3 or 4, and we've got 2 of them for sauce. So if you get that on top, not on the side, that's gonna kill your gains. Next swap, we have got, instead of bacon, we've gone for ham. Gonna save you a heap of calories, way less fat, pretty high in protein. So again, you're still getting your protein from your eggs, your ham. The sauce is controlled by being on the side, and then you've got toast instead of a croissant. So honestly, probably cut the calories in at least 50%. What I've tracked here, I'm looking at about 520 calories, including the sauce as well. So not a bad option considering it is an eggs benny. And then for myself, I have just gone nice and simple, 2 pieces of sourdough, easy to track, 2 poached eggs, again, easy to track, and then the butter on the side. So again, eliminating the fats, the stuff that's going to add up that you might not think does, wouldn't think it makes a big difference, but it really, really does, and it's going to fuck you over. But yeah, that's breakfast. All done. As you can see, sauce is still there. They went a bit heavy on the ham, so we put it to the side. So we've just done our little morning stroll to get those steps in. As you all know, Byron's been struggling. Tell the people what we have gotten.
We have officially invested in a walking pad. I've gotten myself a walking pad. I tested it yesterday. It's a proper cheat code. Yes, sir. If you don't live close to the beach like Sage does, and you're in a beautiful area that I'd want to walk along every day, I got home yesterday, unpacked it, set it all up, and then magically I was at 15,000 steps. It's fucking insane. I just put it in front of my desk, did some work, watched some YouTube, just hung out, and I was walking the whole time, and yeah, it will change.
Easy.
So my week it's been a solid week. I've felt a lot more like myself, which has been really nice. Just been getting like energy levels coming back up. Just feel like I'm back on the right track. I was just feeling a bit off over the last couple of weeks. I think a mix of just personal things and work, they add up sometimes. So little reset, just got myself out in nature more, got myself into the gym, just kept getting things done even though I might not have actually emotionally wanted to. Push through. Sometimes you just have to fucking get shit done. Did that, coming out the other side now, feeling motivated. I've been fucking busy. There's been a lot of shoots going on, a few 3 a.m. nights editing. So energy levels, like, even though my sleep's been a bit rough still, I still feel pretty good. Gym sessions have been nice. Weights on movements plateauing a little bit, but I think that's just an energy thing. So fingers crossed over the course of this week, get sleep up a little bit more, get my steps up more, get my weight up a little bit more for what I'm pressing, not my body weight, we don't want that. Weight's still tracking along really nicely, and I think with the addition of this walking pad as well, we're gonna up my goal to about 10K, I reckon, and we'll see how that affects everything. But yeah, I'm feeling really good, honestly. I'm excited to see what we can achieve now.
I've seen a few people comment on how he's looking as well, which is always nice. External people just seeing his photos, which is always good to hear, knowing that it's actually working, because as you know, when you look at yourself every day, you probably don't really look like you're making a change. So other people noticing, it's definitely fucking working. All right, it's Q&A time. I had a few questions come through on Instagram, so let's run through a few of them. First up, what did you do this morning? I took a shot of Tren, and then I had 2 oxy shreds. Just joking, obviously, but all seriousness, I wake up every morning at 6 o'clock, go for my little hot girl walk, get a coffee, and pretty much go to the gym. But today's a rest day, so we're filming. How long have you been coaching? So I officially launched rival coaching January last year, so it's been about 18 months now, a year and a half. Prior to that, in December, I took on 2 boys for completely free, Aiden and Noah, just some lads I was helping out, until we officially launched in January. What did you do before coaching? So prior to coaching, I was working FIFO, underground mining. I did that for about 5 years. Pretty much as soon as I left school, it was like a couple of days after my 18th birthday, I got a knock on my door from my dad, and he just said, sign these papers, you're coming mining with me. So I was like, oh, you know what, fuck it. Had about negative $600 in my bank account at the time. I thought, what could be the worst? So you've got the risk of dying, the mine exploding, the roof coming in on you, getting your hand stuck in a machine, all that good stuff. But honestly, I didn't really get hurt. It was a pretty good time, and I honestly don't regret it. It probably made me the person I am today, because it taught me a lot about getting up at 3:30 every morning, working 7 days straight, 90-hour weeks. All in all, I thought it was a really good experience, and I actually enjoyed it, but I wouldn't do it forever. Obviously, online coaching is 10 times better. If you ever thought about mining, I would highly recommend. How do you stay lean while coaching full time? So this one's actually a bit of a funny one. I have seen plenty of coaches who get a bit of success, make some money, and then they blow out because they can't control themselves. They like to eat out all the time when you're busy. I've been there before, I've done the same, but to be honest, I still have my own coach. Shout out to James Mack, but he keeps me accountable, gives me my meal plans, my training, everything's looked after. So I personally think coaches still need coaches, and it's gonna help keep you accountable. But to answer the question, I still follow a meal plan. I still hit my at least 10K plus steps a day. At the moment, I'm doing 14,000 steps a day, and I still train 4 to 5 times a week. That's how I still stay in shape while sitting at a desk all day, every day for 7 days. How to navigate losing weight while being busy. I just can't keep up sometimes. Things like this, it's honestly gonna come down to structure, routine, and minimizing the guesswork. So if you have to, unfortunately, you might have to wake up half an hour early to get your steps in, go for a little walk. At least try to be a bit more active. If you need, go on the treadmill after you train. But when it comes to busy individuals, I don't try and make them go to the gym 4 or 5 times a week. I try to say, let's start with 3 days a week as a maximum. And even then, if they can't do that, we'll try to do 2 full body sessions and make up for the volume. But it's mainly, the weight loss is mainly gonna come from your diet. It's like 80% of the result is from nutrition. So having a proper meal plan in place and learning and knowing what to do with your meals, especially when you're on the go or you have a social event on, it's gonna be massive. And then thirdly, just increasing your daily output. So again, things like your daily walks, getting your steps in, parking further from work or from the gym, you got to get more steps to and from the car. Little things like this add up and go a really long way. Had to get the tripod for this one because I might be yapping for a little bit. How do you actually make 40K a month coaching? Well, there's quite a bit that actually goes into it, but first off, lots and lots of these bad boys, oxy shreds. Secondly, pretty much working all the fucking time. That's why I don't post many day in the lives anymore, because there's not really too much going on. I get my steps, I go to the gym, I sit on my computer from probably like 9 a.m. till 9 p.m. some days, sometimes later, sometimes a bit earlier, but that's the reality of it. And even on weekends, I tend to find myself working most of Saturday and a little bit on Sundays as well. So besides working a lot, having a really good community and some systems in place, a smooth onboarding process, all of our clients are on board within 24 hours, at a maximum. We have a community where we give away plenty of presents, plenty of gifts, and uplift everyone. And then we have paid ads running. We have a good referral system where people obviously get rewarded for bringing on friends. They get a month for free. People that come on board from a friend save a heap of money when they do come through. And most importantly, just providing the best possible service wherever we can. So making sure check-ins are done on time, the same day, replies are Messages are getting replied to every single day. People aren't waiting around for shit to get changed. Giving people flexible diets, not just chicken and rice and boring shit. Giving them foods that they actually want to eat, and more importantly, teaching them how they can eat it and go out and eat so they can actually have a result long term. So a lot of people that do end up leaving, they come back because they need that structure, they need a little bit more education. Or even people that come from other coaches, they have been with a coach for 12, 16 weeks and have no idea. Like, they got no education or nothing from this other guy or girl. So that's where we come in and really prioritize our clients. For lunch break, literally just chicken breast, rice, beetroot, and carrot. Everything's pretty much pre-cooked, pre-diced, so I don't have to fucking worry about it. And I've got my boy Isaac on the YouTube while I eat this. Thought I'd run a few more questions while I devour this bowl. A little update too, I am back on the cut. So we built up from about 85 kilos. I think we peaked at roughly 95 kilos. So about 10 kilos up, probably the leanest I've ever been at 95 kilos. Last year I got to about 101, 102, but goddamn, I was looking pretty chunky, pretty fat, if I'm being honest. So still got a little bit of abs to show. Being at peak bulk, I'm pretty happy about that. But diving into the cut, I think we're aiming for 12 weeks. We'll try to pump it out a bit quicker. 14,000 steps a day, 80 minutes cardio a week, and currently sitting about 2,400 calories. So I'll keep you guys updated on how that travels along. But enough yapping about me. Let's get into some more questions. Do you ever feel any burnout from coaching? Personally, I don't really get burnt out from coaching in itself. It's more so burnout from everything happening at once. Like if we get an influx of clients, plus obviously trying to hit a lot of steps, do the cardio, meal prep on the same day, sales calls, and maybe just like some family time or some time to actually just chill out. I feel like I'm pretty restricted at the moment on normal life and just getting out, seeing mates. A lot of my mates are just saying, fuck, you're always busy. And to be fair, they're probably right. I don't really do a whole lot the last few weeks, just been super business focused. And now that I'm on the cut, it's even more dialed in on those side of things too. No, I don't really feel burnout from coaching. It is something I love doing. It's something I actually genuinely enjoy. And there's no better feeling than when someone's messaged me or I see their check-in and they've completely transformed not only their body, but their mindset, their lifestyle, their habits, things like that. And when I do receive a paragraph saying, hey, the last 12 weeks, my life has completely changed, that shit really puts even more fuel on the fire to keep me pushing and keep wanting to do this even longer. So yeah, I don't really get burnt out from coaching, to be honest. Best advice for someone who wants to coach full time. You're probably not going to want to dive into it straight away. What I did personally, not really taking my own advice here, but what I did personally is when I was FIFO, I said to my boss, I want to take some leave and I want to try and make coaching work full time. In saying that, I had a lot of savings. I had like 60 grand or something in savings. I'd sold my property as well. So I didn't really have a whole lot of debt at the time. I was living pretty comfortably with a heap of savings. I said, you know what, whatever. Now's going to be the best chance to actually give it a shot and see what I can do. So I got approved for 3 months leave unpaid. I already used my leave leading up to this because I kind of told myself that I wasn't going to come back. No matter what I did, I wasn't going to go back to that job. I took unpaid leave for 3 months and I just coached full time from home, tried to make it work, posted content 2 times a day, every day for pretty much those 3 months until it got to about March. So about 3 months in, we got to about 10K months, if not a bit earlier. And that's when I called my boss and I said, hey, obviously I already cleaned out my room. I cleaned out everything. I said, I'm actually not going to come back. He kind of knew it was coming. I'd be keeping him updated anyway. So personal advice for someone that is working and you don't have that safety net or those savings, I would just work on it in the hours that you can. It's going to suck having to work a normal job, then come do coaching and post content and do everything. But if you grind it out, you do it for long enough and you post the right content and hit the right audience, give plenty of free value, plenty of free advice in your content. Don't gatekeep your stuff behind a paywall. Give it out for completely free. So put everything down on the internet, even if you have free resources like recipe books, or even just like a starter guide to lose weight. Things like this will go a very long way. It'll build trust with your audience. People will go to the guy that's giving out free information or someone that they can just trust rather than someone that's, got 1 million followers and is just making a quick buck, so they don't actually give a fuck about their clients. So it's kind of transition these days. It's not so much on the person that's got the followers and the face and this and that. If they have a good personal brand, yes, they're still going to get a lot of clients and make good money, but someone that's smaller and has a lot of trust with their followers and their clientele and actually gives a fuck and spends a lot of time one-on-one with their people, they're the ones that have all the potential in making these life-changing transformations and that can do the most. So all in all, my advice is going to be do it in your free time, commit to it. It's going to be a grind, but just suck it up and get through it until you can leave your job. And secondly, give as much free value and free content out as you can and just post. Don't worry about it being perfect. My first bunch of content was absolutely horrific looking back on it. Even to this day, it's still not the best at times, but you know what? It's better to put something out and potentially help someone for free than just not post at all. You're not going to get anywhere without posting. What's your own training like right now? So currently we've just gone from a 5-day split into a 4-day, doing Monday upper, Tuesday lower, Wednesday rest, which is when we film. Thursdays upper 2, mainly push focus, chest, shoulders, tries. And then Friday is a mix of lower and upper, more so targeting my weak points like my hamstrings, my back and stuff like that. And I think on a Thursday, I'm gonna start taking up some kickboxing or boxing, whatever it is. And on the weekends, try to do an activity to keep active and keep the mind fresh. So something like pickleball, golf, who knows, maybe I'll do some tennis. I don't really know at the moment, but that's the goal for the meantime. All right, so there's not a whole heap going on for the rest of the day. As I mentioned, online coaching, when you do start to get busy and hit some bigger months and have a lot of clients to manage, there's not a whole lot going on besides sitting here on your table, on your setup, working away. So rest of the afternoon, I've got back-to-back calls from 2 p.m. till about 7 p.m. I think, and that's pretty much gonna be me for the rest of the day. So I'm gonna spend an hour doing those ad graphics for some new paid ads that are gonna be running very, very shortly. Besides that, sales calls, ad graphics, and that is literally it for the rest of the day. As I said, it's quite boring. But the key takeaway from this video, guys, is gonna be your eating out preferences don't have to be the worst. You can still go enjoy it. Just make these smart, simple little swaps. It's gonna go very, very far away. So just to recap, sauce on, especially breakfast, sauce on the side, butter on the side, swap bacon for ham, and get the eggs poached. You can't go wrong. And you can still enjoy yourself if you're losing fat. You don't have to have this all or nothing approach. It's eating plain ass, boring egg whites, oats, chicken breast and rice. You can go out, see your friends, see your family, enjoy yourself. It's all about making smarter decisions around it. And if you guys do need help figuring this out or just getting a flexible, realistic plan in place that can allow you to lose weight and enjoy life at the same time, you know where to go. I'm gonna have a link in the bio to book in a free game plan call. We can run through it all together. And at the end, if you think it's a good fit and will make a good team, I'll obviously offer your position and I'll help you out considering you're coming through YouTube. That's gonna be a wrap on episode 8. So Byron is still trending down. He's got his walking pad. He's now going to be aiming for 10K steps a day, so we should start to see some fast track progress from here on out up until week 12. Stay tuned for next week because I think we will actually be going to play pickleball. Didn't know the courts are out of action, so stay tuned for that and we'll be dropping some more heat coming next week.